parents behave very well, we will reward that school with smart classroom, school nutrition, school wall, and that each and every classroom will have a high level of data connectivity to smart boards so that these children can learn. So today we are realizing that dream, Premier. We are realizing this dream. Never and never again will these children, Premier, ask the teacher or be asked by a teacher to go and clean a duster. It will never, never, never happen in this school team. All these children will have access to their tablets, all the teachers will have access to their laptops, all the classroom will have access to smart board so that they can learn and be better and compete with all other learners in any other part of the world. We are proud to bring that kind of learning to this school in the middle of township, in the middle of Kagiso. But I said it to one class, we can't bring this beautiful infrastructure to you. Niqala ukuphula ama classroom, niphula ama window, niphula iminyango. If you see somebody akhohla into angafanalanga kuyikhohla, mtshele politely ukuthi sifuna lento le ilunge ukuthi nomntwana wakho azi ukufunda la ayithole isebenza ungayimoshi. So I'm pleading with you. You don't have an idea as your parents. This kind of infrastructure, it was a dream that could not be realized in our times. You are so lucky to get these opportunities because many people died for this freedom and many people died for you to have this kind of schools in the township. So we are pleading with you. Keep them safe, protect them, use them for the purpose intended. Ungatholi that laboratory class seni convert kuyi dustbin mawuqeda ukudla ama knickknacks wakho ulahlela lapha phakathi ku basin. Lahlela dustbin ungalahleli basin. Sazwana abantwana bami. Nani bazali bami. Namhlanje nijabulela ikhansela. Manikwatela ikhansela ngicela ningayenza ama shutdown la esikolweni sami nishisa isikolo sami tu. Ngiyanicela. Manikwatile hambani nokwatela ka khansela manganikeza umgwaqo ramanzi. Kwatelani ukhansela. Ningakwateli isikolo sami. Ningazi la nizoshisa isikolo sami. Sazwana bazali bami. But nyanazi ni understand ukuthi siphuma kuphi anyeke nisishise. Because nazi ukuthi niphuma kuphi. So I want to conclude by personally, because we are approaching the last end of our political term. All these things that you are seeing in our province, all the infrastructure, the ICT, if it was not the leadership of our Premier, Ntate David Makhura, all these things were going to be impossible. The HOD will tell you, he guided us, he supported us, he provided us all the budget that we needed to build all these schools. Even if there were competing demands from other departments, the Premier felt the importance of education should be protected. So it gives me a great pleasure. It gives me a great pleasure to invite the Premier of Gauteng, Ntate David Makhura, and we want to assure you, Ntate David Makhura, when we go to the polls to vote on the 8th of May, when there is inauguration of the new Premier in 2019, the name of David Makhura will be announced as the Premier of Gauteng again. So we are excited and honored to be led by a person of your caliber, and we wish you well. And please, Premier, come and address us. Thank you so much. Let's welcome our Premier of Gauteng, Ntate David Makhura.
I'll tell you all my secrets.
Let me start with the learners. Good morning. No, that's not good enough. Saying morning, sir. Say good morning, Premier. Dumelang barutishi. Kaspedi re ke barutishi. Where are the teachers? Good morning, teachers. So the teachers are at the back. Good morning, teachers. No, that's not good enough. I think the learners are better. Good morning, sir. The learners have never heard you say good morning, sir, to someone. Good morning, sir. Thank you. Ki dumedise le setjhaba sa Kagiso, dumelang baholo. Molweni. Ninjani. Le ra leboga. MEC Panyaza Lesufi, our MEC for Education, and the head of department, Gauteng Department of Education, Kidumedise le member wa rona wa parliament Ntate Humphrey Memezi. I also want to acknowledge the principal of the school. I want to acknowledge our councillor here. I want to acknowledge the SGB members. Today is a beautiful day here in this school, and I don't see smiles on your faces. No, I don't see smiles. Just turn to your neighbor and say, I'm very happy today. Turn to your neighbor. Give them a high five. Give them a high five. Don't give them too many. I just said one high five is enough. I also want to acknowledge the student leaders, because it's very important when the learners take responsibility as part of our system to make sure that the learners themselves are organized and they elect those who must lead them. MEC, I'm very happy with this school. This is a really well-performing school, and I am told that you have given us 98% in the 2018 grade 12 results. Let's give the school a big round of applause. And this is a township school. This is an old township school. Re batla dikolo tsa rona tsa ko makeisheneng di sebetse hantle batswadi. Bana ba rona ba rutehe, matitjhere a rona a rute. This notion, we have come a very long way. There was a period where township schools were doing very, very badly. Batswadi ba ne ba ntsha bana mo dikolong tsa makeisheneng ba ba romela ko dikolong tse ba o bane o no sa rutiwe mo dikolong tsa makeisheneng. The results were very, very bad. The parents were spending lots of money. The little bit they have, they were saving on sending their children out of the townships to the schools in town. Especially, these were the schools selling the Model C schools, because those schools were doing better. But we have reversed this. Mo Gauteng province, we have reversed that. Some of the best results, bachelor passes, distinctions, These are learners from township schools. These are schools in our townships. These are teachers in our township schools who are producing the best results. And this trend is very, very important. The district director, the reason the Western district is one of those districts that are doing well, it's no longer because of the schools that we used to call Model C schools. The better performance is coming out of our township schools. The reason Gauteng province has got all the districts in Gauteng are in the top 20 districts in the country, it's not because of the schools that are in town. It is because of the performance of our township schools. And we are doing all this. So the reason Gauteng province is the #1 province in public education in the Republic, it's not because of the performance of those schools that have always done well. Those ones have always done well. So the schools such as Waterkloof, those schools that have always done well are not responsible for pulling us up. They have always done well. We were not up when they were doing well. We are up now because we have turned around the township schools. And part of that turnaround of the township schools is investing in good infrastructure. Like in we took some time, we went to the nutrition center. Bana ba rona mo Gauteng, their dignity is restored. Ntwele ya hore ha le ya le lo jale le jele mekamauto ha isa le teng akere le ntse le jale ema ka maoto. Bad manners, that's bad manners. That's really, really bad manners. I want to condemn bad manners because Kitswako Nutrition Center, Kiboni Nutrition Center alone, there are chairs there. It's really, really beautiful. Yes, yes. You have not seen the chairs. I saw them now. You think they brought them now today? Oh, now you have chairs. Now you have chairs. Those chairs are not going with me and the MEC, but I saw the chairs there. So you are going to sit down now, eh? Okay. You know that is bad manners. Yeah, I'm glad you know that it's not good. You must sit down. We have also looked at the ICT infrastructure. We want you to have access to information. The tablets where it's stored. We want you to use them to have access to the best knowledge and information that any learner in the world, in Asia, in Europe, in America, in your grade, you must be globally competitive. We want you, if you are in grade 11, to have the type of information that any learner in the developed world will have about that subject. We have put this infrastructure because we value you. We are investing in our future. Because you are the future. I want you to say it with me. We are the future. And no one can stop us. We are the future. No one can stop us. We are the future. No one can stop us. So we are investing in education because the best investment that a family makes, you can ask Batswadi Bana, they use their last cent to put in the education of their children. The best investment that any family makes is in education. The best investment that any nation can ever make is in education. The best investment that any country can ever make is in its youth, because you are the future. A re batle future e leng hore ke future ya nyaupe, because nyaupe destroys the future of our children. A re batle future ya ko tronkong. We don't want our children to end up committing crimes and by ko tronkong, because there's no future in jail. So we are investing in you, our children. We are doing, look at this hall. Just look at this hall. This is a beautiful hall, Principal. So you, 98%, I want to say to you, 98% is not good enough after this investment, Mr. Principal. Now I want 100%. 2019, I want 100% out of this school. And 100%, you are not far from 100%. Only 2% away from 100%. It's 100% possible. Are you going to give us 100% in grade 12? Batswadi baka, I want to turn to the parents. Please take care of our schools. Liska dumella botsotsi ba tle ba tlo senya mo dikolong tsena. Nale MEC Lesufi ka January yona ena, we opened a new primary school ko Tsakane ko Ekuruleni. Hardly after a month, that primary school was vandalized. Botsotsi ba kene mo ba utswa di computer tse re di kentse mo. They are so bold that they do that. They stole everything by lodi rekisa ko shopong, an illegally operating shop in the Johannesburg CBD. We found them and they were arrested. But we need our parents to make sure that they play a role. SGB members, not only you, we need to mobilize the whole community. Are protecting the dikolo tsa rona? Are protecting the clinic tsa rona? Ke tsa setjhaba, a se tsa puso. Let's protect them. I want to say to the criminals, so yesterday, 5 o'clock, from 5 o'clock, we were conducting anti-crime operations here in the West Rand. Maoban, ke ile ke kene ko Kagiso. I was in Kagiso, Maoban. We did anti-crime operations in Bekkersdal, in Mutlakeng. Here in Kagiso, we did that in Swaneville, in Ngobile. We did anti-crime operations right up to go Western area. We arrested 300 wanted criminals yesterday, just yesterday alone. 300 wanted criminals here in the West Rand. Babang Babona is about drugs. The kingpins in the drug trade, illegal activities on drugs. We arrested some of them. We also recovered stolen weapons, stolen guns, including a pump gun. One of the guns we recovered was a police gun. South African Police Service issue. It was stolen in Randfontein. The police have been looking for it. Yesterday we recovered that gun. They commit crimes using those weapons. We are not about to play. And I want to say, MEC, I want to say to our children, those young people involved in crimes like the thing that happened in one of our schools. Firstly, we love you. We want to make something out of your lives. We love you, our children. We want you to be professionals. We want you to be the best that God has given, the talent God has given to you. We want to uncover it. But no guns in our schools, no knives in our schools. Renali, we have got a few cases where learners have been involved in terrible and shameful things. There's the case of Tori Shoko Limpopo. You saw young people as young as 9-year-old. Young as 9-year-old. They were involved in a crime. Babatla cell phone ya high fail. Young people. Isn't this a shame to our nation? Children as young as that are involved in killing somebody. What happened at our school? Children at young as 13-year-old involved in killing another child. Is that what you want out of your lives? That's not what you want out of your lives. So we must also speak strongly to our children. I want in this school, you must regularly conduct searches in this school. Babamba lona letlalesweri something tsena tsa utsuba ke tse di lefang high ka mo di bekeng tsa lona ba tshwantse ba le search ba di thole. We don't want that in our schools because you are here to learn. You are here to learn. I also want to speak strongly about our learners who are involved in assaulting their teachers. It's totally unacceptable. When we say no corporal punishment to our children, and no one must administer corporal punishment to you. We don't want it, but that must not mean our children must be ill-disciplined. Ba fihle sekolong late, ba behave o ka re di boso ke bona. Boso ke mang mo sekolong? Boso ke principal. Boso ke mang? Boso ke principal. Ntate principal ke kopa o eme. Ema ntate principal. Boso ke principal mo sekolong. Boso ke principal una le management wa hae. Una le matishere. Ka classroom ke tishere. Who is in charge in the classroom? Is the teacher. You are learners. You can't be disrespected. And that's why we don't want corporal punishment to be administered against you. But when you are a learner, you are a learner. That's why you have your student representative council, your leadership. You work when there are issues that they must be working with you, with the student, with the principal, the school governing body to address the issues. No violence is acceptable in our schools. So when we arrest the criminals doing all other things, we don't want to be coming here to be arresting you. But if you are involved in these things, terrible things, like the killing of another child, assaulting your teachers in class, and playing big when you are just a child. You are just a child. So don't disappoint us, please. So we are investing the best of the resources we have in our schools, in our townships. And I also want to say to our teachers, make us proud. When the school does as well as this school, we are very proud of your efforts. Because good results, first and foremost, start with good teachers. If you are not good enough, go to another province. I often say that. If you are not, we don't want second-grade teachers here in Gauteng. Second-grade teachers, second-hand. Fong Kong. We don't want Fong Kong teachers. MEC Lesufi. We want real, proper teachers who know their work. Because when the teachers know their work and they do their work, the learners will do their work and will know their work. And we want the learners who give the best. We want parents who support their children, who take responsibility, who make sure that when meetings are called, they attend those meetings. That's the only way we can make change, because change begins with education. The transformation of our country is a big job. We have built 335 schools in Gauteng province over 25 years. I mean new schools. Most of these new schools are in the townships. Most of them are now, over the past 5 years, state-of-the-art schools. They have the best facilities, the best sporting facilities, the best educational facilities, the best technology in the world is in these schools. And we do so because we want change to be driven from below. We want change in our townships. We are investing a lot in our townships. Right here in Kagiso, we have the Province Archive Center. All the documents of the province are kept safe here in Kagiso. We are putting the best we can for our people, because if we want to develop our country and our province, development, because the townships were left out, they were underdeveloped, the schools were not functioning. Now we are turning it around. The best results are coming from our township schools. And the brightest learners, we're going to get them in our township schools. We send these learners also to higher education institutions. Mo Gauteng province, the top 3 learners in every school get a bursary from the Gauteng provincial government. Top 3 learners in grade 12 from every school, they walk straight to university without any headache. So that's how much we are investing. We spend almost R1 billion in supporting learners from Gauteng to access higher education institutions. We spend 1.2 million rands every year feeding our learners. There's not enough to eat. There's no one who works in the family. They depend on either child support grant or the old age grant. So when our children get to school, they are equals. We also support 500,000 learners in Gauteng with school uniform. The provincial government buys the school uniform for learners who come from poor families. When we went to school, we didn't have free school uniform. We didn't even have free textbooks. The textbooks were introduced later. I remember in 1986, because we had declared that 1986 there's no schooling. The apartheid government thought, because white kids were getting free textbooks, black kids were not getting these free textbooks. In 1986, they introduced that to try and sabotage the strikes. Yes, we celebrated that as COSAS. We celebrated the fact that for the first time the black child, the African child, would get textbooks for free. Parents used to pay lots of money. You would go to school without textbooks in those days. We went to school in the most difficult of times. I did science at school. Our laboratory was just a passage. I saw a beautiful laboratory today, which is being unveiled here. Our laboratory was just a passage. You could count how many laboratory equipment we had. And even with our teachers, we didn't have properly qualified teachers. In my school, when I did maths and science in Form 5 then, which is grade 12, I used to help my teacher, who was not properly qualified. I used to help the bloody guy, man. Now, I'm not teaching you to speak like this, okay? I never want you to say bloody guy. But the teacher was really struggling on maths and science, but we have qualified teachers. The teachers at the back, maths and science teachers, please raise your hands. Let me tell you, I was so impressed. I got into a life science class. Life science class of Ma'am Khalikhut Liamotseba. Where is Ma'am Khalikhutli? Ukai, ma'am. Ma'am Kikopaweme. Where is she? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I got into a class this morning. I wish I was starting my schooling days. You know what? She's not only a life science, she's so comfortable with the technology, teaching that subject. She just pages through that electronic board, just like that. You know what? We missed a lot. Batswadi, alena anur lukutlele skolo man. I'm sure nkabe dintho tsena di tle ka nako ya rona. Bana abatsibi bana. Une hule boima rena re kene dikolo tsa apartheid. Unona le teachere a o etsisa experiment ka tlhogo. You must imagine everything. You must imagine that you have a test tube in your hand. You must imagine that now you are doing the experiment. Because no chemicals, there would be no laboratory equipment. Everything, if you are good in sports, you must imagine that you have a good track at your school. When you go and compete with children from other schools where they have proper facilities, udibona dintotse for the first time, and you are expected to win. So I want you to understand, don't take anything for granted. This government invests a lot in you, young people, but make us proud. So I also know we work with teacher unions. Without teacher unions, we can't get far. We want teacher unions to work with us to achieve the best results. Of course, the teachers themselves must be supported. You can't, if the teachers don't have an environment which is good, supportive, conducive for doing their work, it won't be good. If criminals get into schools and terrorize our teachers, we can't achieve good results. So I want to conclude, therefore, by saying what we are giving to you today is a gift to the future. This is a gift to prosperity. Education is a gift that once given, no one can take it back to you, from you. Once someone gives you a gift of education, they can't, even if they are angry with you, they can't take it back. Once we educate you, we can't take that gift back from you. And we want to do that. We want to continue to give this special gift that we can't take back from you. So, I'm very happy today. And I'm happy we are at a school where people are doing great things. But MEC, I would like us to come back when the school has given us 100%. So MEC, what should we do for the school when it gives us 100%? So SGB, sit down and decide. Teachers, when you have 100%, just tell us what gift you want. You hear me? Batswadi, when the school gives us 100%, they can choose any gift from me and MEC Lesufi. Yeah, you can decide democratically. Even with you, you can decide democratically. We have now given the Premier and the MEC 100%. What do we want them to do for our school after doing what we have done? What would you want us to do for your school? Are the learners ready? With some proposal? But you must give us 100% first. What would you want us to do for your school? Okay. Any microphone? Who would like to answer that? We must test this. Any microphone? The guys, give that learner. You must first introduce yourself and the grade. And I want to hear what you want. When you give us 100%, what should we do for the school?
Buy each and learner a car. I'm not finished yet. And a swimming pool. Then we'll be fine.
I think a swimming pool is a great idea. Anyone for the swimming pool, raise your hand. We are voting. Anyone for the swimming pool for the school? Those who say we give you 100%, give us a swimming pool. Yeah, no, thank you. Because we are, let me tell you why I support Yadikoloi. You will get the license. MEC. Yeah, what you need is a license, Luna. This is the last, but Mara, I need a girl learner. After him, I need a girl learner, just one girl learner. Okay. The swimming pool is sorted now. We need what else if you give us 100%? So that we have a choice, Principal. Mumameleng.
Sir, I would like to ask, if we give you 100%, as grade 12s, what are we going to get? Because they're going to get a swimming pool. What are we going to get? Because obviously we won't all have bursaries because we won't have the same marks. I'm talking about the grade 12s here, sir. I'm representing the grade 12s.
I will answer your question, but answer mine first. No. I will answer your question. MEC Lesufi, that question is very important. But, yeah, you say, what are we going to get? But what do you want to get?
Ona, as grade 12s, we want bursaries. As grade 12s, all of us, we give you 100%, you give us bursaries.
I think this is a beautiful idea. All those who say bursaries. Oh, bursaries seems to be more popular than all those who say bursaries for all the learners who did 100%. Okay, thank you. Bring back the mic. Okay. MEC. I like the idea, but of bursaries for all the learners. So we have two, if we have to choose between the swimming pool and bursaries, what is the average swimming pool cost? How much? Okay. Okay. I want to, you have given us two ideas. The most popular idea is bursaries for all the learners who have achieved that 100%. And the second idea is the swimming pool. We are going to cost all that and look at them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do us proud. Do us proud.
A round of applause for Premier Makhura. At this point in time, I'm going to ask the MEC and the SGB chairperson to come over. Or MEC response?
I want to respond, Premier. Uguti, mabatole 100%, bonawazotolahan. Reality is that those kids that gave you 98%, they are the one that made us possible to build this school. So you are benefiting from those that gave us. Yeah, you are benefiting because of those that passed. That is why we have this. But Premier will work around it. We'll find a nice way of giving them. But you must know, I want to tell you, that is why Premier was touched by the bursary. I-government inikeza each and every premier in all other provinces indlu ye-government la upremier hlala khona. Upremier wethu waza kithi si-cabinet wathi yena le ndlu le uyoyithengisa, wayithengisa wathola imali wayithengisa nge-16 million. Wathatha le 16 million wayiletha kithi ku-Department Education wathi go and get children that need bursaries, use this money to give them bursaries. Wathengisa indlu yakhe. So this is exemplary leadership. So masithi sobheka lento yama-bursary suyoyibheka because upremier wethu is leading by example. Uthengisa indlu yakhe wathatha imali yakhe ye-government yendlu wanikeza abantwana ama-bursaries. So there are students that are graduating next year. There are students that are graduating next year thanks to the Premier for giving us that bursary for those children. Thanks, Premier.